Hey everybody, this is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show. So why are there some people out there giving OutKast a hard time about getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Come on in, let's talk about it.
This is the Demia Avery Show, hosted by Demia Avery, where some of your favorite entertainers, celebs, and entrepreneurs come to highlight all of their many talents.
Hello, everyone. This is Demia Avery of the Demia Avery Show, and thank you so much once again for joining me on today's entertainment report. We got a few things we got to report today, but it's something I just kind of want to get off my chest today. So we'll get into that. But before we do, if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're anywhere else, hit that like and share button, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So remember yesterday, I had reported that the group OutKast had got inducted. They're being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I was really excited about that. And of course, many people are excited about that. There are some people out there that's not so excited about that. And it has been on some radio shows and, of course, on social media. There are some people that say, that they're not rock and roll, so they shouldn't be inducted. And I was like, okay, here we go. And then there are some people that absolutely love OutKast, but say, they're not rock and roll. So I'm not for certain if they should be, inducted into the Hall of Fame. So I don't want to kind of give my own personal feelings about it, but I just kind of wanted to read you something and see what you guys feel about it. So you guys that's watching, you can look this information up yourself. You can research it. It's just something that I found. So, that you don't have to come for me. You can come for me. You can look it up yourself. But I just wanted to read you a few points here. This is where rock and roll originated from. So, rock and roll is a genre of popular music that evolved in the U.S. during the late 1940s and early 1950s, originated from African American music such as jazz, rhythm and blues, boogie woogie, blues, gospel, and jump blues, as well as country music. While rock and roll's formative elements can be heard in blues records from the 1920s and in country records of the 1930s. The genre did not acquire its name until 1954. All right, so the next point I want to pull out is actually from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame website itself. And it's on their page, and it's where their mission is. And it says, born from the collision of rhythm and blues, country and gospel, rock and roll is a spirit that is inclusive and ever changing. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrates the sound of youth culture and honors the artists whose music connects us all. And lastly, I looked up just a few names. Of course, I didn't go through the whole thing because it would have been too long. I looked up just a few names of non-rock artists that have previously won that honor. So they got none or very little backlash. So here we go, just a few. Diana Ross, Dolly Parton, Marvin Gaye, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Muddy Waters, B.B. King, Run DMC, Ray Charles, Linda Ronstadt, Johnny Cash, and the list goes on and on and on. And it's artists from all different genres. So it's not just rock and roll, but if you want to say rock and roll, it actually encompasses all of those genres together. So let's just embrace good music. How about that? So there you have it. So congratulations once again to OutKast. Okay, so let's move on to our next story. All right. So Terrence Howard, he's been in the press a lot lately. And I keep wondering, does he have something coming up? like a book or a new film or whatever. Maybe he just feels like talking. I don't know. I don't know. But his name has been all over the place. But he was on a podcast, and he recently was saying how they wanted him to be, he was considered to be uh, the hopeful to play Marvin Gaye. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see him as the Marvin Gaye. I mean, maybe like a smooth thing, but you know how he talks. I can't see him playing Marvin Gaye. but okay, but he got a smooth little swag to him, so maybe that's the reason why they wanted him to play that part. But anyway, um, so, news sources, gosh, I forgot to cite my news sources here. But anyway, they say he passed on the role because the biopic, because um, they say Marvin was gay. I've never heard that. I always heard that he was a ladies' man. So this is news to me. But it says the actor revealed he was very specific about rejecting the Marvin Gaye project because of that point, because he had to kiss another dude, you know. And he said that I guess it was Quincy Jones who confirmed to Terrence that Marvin was gay. And Terrence was like, I can't fake that. You know, I got to be 100% when I'm doing my roles, because he likes to really uh, get into the roles that he's playing. And he's saying he can't fake it. He said he has to embody that whole character. And because he just doesn't, I guess that's his boundary, that's his cutoff. Like, I can't do it. He passed up on that. He passed up on that offer. And he goes on to, he doubled down saying that would F him up. I would cut my lips off if I kiss some man. I would cut my lips off. But you know, I guess I mean, you have to have boundaries. You do have to have boundaries. He said he's not homophobic, um, but that's just where he draws the line. And, you know, hey, they say Denzel Washington will not like kiss. Did they say he doesn't kiss a woman or something like that? But I mean, if you have your boundaries, you have your boundaries. It is what it is. But okay, Terrence Howard, but you think could play a good Marvin Gaye? I don't know. I was listening to the Breakfast Club earlier this morning, and they were talking about it, and they were saying possibly Luke James could play him, maybe. Um, Usher. I don't know who would you all want to play him. I'm not sure about that one, because it would have to be somebody that is charismatic. Usher has that. Definitely there was somebody that can sing, um, but can also act to pull it off. You know, it would be hard to find somebody that has all those things. And I don't know. You guys tell me in the comments who you guys would pick, who you think would be good. Okay, so for our last story, Mary J. Blige and Misa Hylton. So reports are saying that Mary J. Blige is facing a $5 million lawsuit in New York from stylist Misa Hylton. You guys know Misa Hylton. And her talent agency, MISA Management, over claims that Mary sabotaged their business relationship with rapper Vado. Mary is accused of withholding Vado's completed album to pressure him into cutting ties with Misa. Misa and Vado accused Blige and her company, Beautiful Life Productions, of interfering with a signed management agreement between Vado and Misa, the management company, which entitled the agency to 20% of the rapper's earnings. Misa alleged the singer used her influence to isolate Vado and steer him away from the contract and management deal during private yacht gatherings, hotel meetings, exclusive events, yada, 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 where she was intentionally left out. The lawsuit claims that Mary's security chief, described as her boyfriend, wanted to sign Vado himself. He urged Vado to ink a new contract without legal representation and warned Vado that he would lose out on the opportunity. So I guess he was trying to do a back deal, according to her. And then Mary and Vado, they collaborated on a song, Still Believe in Love, in 2023. And although Vado completed an album in July 2024, the suit alleges Mary shelved the project and blocked touring opportunities as leverage to sever his ties with Misa's agency. In a private message, Mary alleged stated she would not release Vado's album or allow him to tour as long as he stayed with Misa. So if all of this is true, I don't know. All of this is alleged and everything. I'm sure that they will figure everything out. Um, that will be that's the business. I mean, my thing is this: if you're an artist, all I can say is just make sure your stuff is tight. Just make it's always back deals. It is always back deals. It's always someone coming for you. It's always if you have a good manager, you have a good record label. There's always someone lurking in the in the corner saying that they can do better for you, saying that the person that you with is not as good as that you think that they are. It is always going to be that. My advice, being in the business myself, is if you're with someone that genuinely wants to help your career, stick with that person because bigger does not always mean better. So if they're genuinely want to see you do good, I mean, you pay that person, yeah, but if they genuinely in their heart wants to see you do good, even if it takes longer than the bigger person, stick with that person because that's the person that's going to be there when the ups and downs, come around. They're going to be with you when those ebbs and flows go. Sometimes those bigger agencies, those bigger managements, those bigger people out there, they're going to a lot of times, not all the time, but a lot of times they're only going to be there when the money is there. When the money is gone, they're going to be gone. So that's just my advice. Anyways, that's all we have for today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.